Tell you what, you're blessed to coach certain guys in your career, and he's one of them.
No better guy in college football to hand it off to.
Dalvin Cook gets loose. Touchdown, Florida State, Dalvin Cook.
Make people just look foolish.
What a luxury to be able to hand the football to Dalvin Cook.
The seam and a crease and end zone.
Wow. That's it inside 3, 2, 1. Dalvin Cook does it again.
You give Dalvin Cook an opportunity, he's going to win.
I can't say enough about it. Man, what a daggone football. What a daggone football player.
That draft music gets me excited. Our next guest is originally from Miami, but took his talents upstate to Tallahassee. In just 3 seasons with Florida State, he's racked up over 5,000 total yards and nearly 50 touchdowns. Joining us now is the projected first-round pick in next week's draft, running back Dalvin Cook. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank y'all for having me.
So let's get into it. Our Mel Kiper Jr. and Todd McShay having you go late first round after Leonard Fournette and Christian McCaffrey. Tell us why you should go ahead of them.
I think I'm today's back, with my versatility, with catching the ball, protecting the quarterback, running between the tackles. At Florida State, we did a fair amount of everything. We was in the gun, under the center, so we did it all, and I think I'm today's back.
What's the best part of your game, considering your versatility?
My vision. My vision put me in a place to make the plays, and put my body in a place to be successful on the field.
You know, Florida State was successful, but at the same time, not to the degree of an Alabama or Clemson over the last 2 years. How much of an impact do you think that may have on where you're drafted? I know that doesn't have much with individual skills, because we see dudes playing 13 games in their college career and projected to be the first quarterback taken, for crying out loud, in Trubisky. But do you believe that will have any effect at all, the fact that the last 2 years it's been about a few other teams rather than Florida State?
I don't think to a certain extent, but I think they do favor certain teams probably a little more, but Alabama is a great program, and I think we getting back to where we used to be at, when we were successful. So I think we're taking that step, but I don't think it take any play on my draft stock.
So you played with Jameis Winston at Florida State. You said it would be something special to play with him in the pros, and that could potentially happen. It's not out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah, they got that 19th pick.
Sure. And they're going to be on Hard Knocks this year.
Yeah.
What would that be like, do you think, to wind up on the Bucs?
It'll be good, man. Playing back with Jameis, 'cause I think, my freshman year when I got a chance to play with him, we were starting something special. And then, we was getting that bond. He took me under his wings and, helped me run the playbook quick. And, just showed me how to be a college student and a college player. So.
And you'd be all right with that as a rookie, with the cameras in the locker room and everything?
Yeah, no doubt, man. This year we had Showtime with us, following us around all year. So, it'll be something that I'm used to.
You dealt with some off-the-field issues. What would you want to say to people now in terms of that and where you are as a man?
I dealt with those problems in college, but from here I moved on from it. At the combine, at interviews, I was open and willing to talk about it, because I'm taking that next step and becoming a man, becoming a professional athlete, and at the next level, whatever organization draft me, gonna draft a player that moved on from it and is willing to show them on and off the field.
I can appreciate that, and I applaud you for it, but it's necessary to ask the question because of the situation involving Joe Mixon and how some people think that's going to hurt his draft stock because of how he's judged. So when they look at you, they're going to see something dated from June 2009 to July 2015. That's a 6-year span. They're going to bring stuff up to sit up there and use it as a tool to judge you, particularly when we see what's in the news today with Aaron Hernandez ultimately killing himself or what have you. How concerned are you that may hurt your draft stock?
I can't be too concerned about it, because I put myself in those incidents, and I gotta be a man and man up to it. If it do, it do. But I gotta be willing to move on from it and willing to accept that, because as a man, I put myself in those predicaments, to have people to think that way. So that's why I say I gotta move on from it and just show people otherwise.
Speaking of putting yourself in a predicament, Joe Mixon certainly did. What would you tell teams about Joe Mixon?
You can't judge a person by that one reaction. You got to get to know him. And, I got to know Joe a little more over this process. And he's a great guy, man. And, I kind of talked to him, and he said he's moving on from it. And, just accept everything that got to come with it after.
Let's switch gears for a second. You got the stamp of approval from LeGarrette Blount. He tweeted about you, how you'll be a beast at the next level. But what player in the NFL would you say your game's most similar to?
A healthy back, Jamal Charles. And, I just think the way, you know, he approached the game. You know, he make plays, just getting the ball in his hands. And, you know, he catch the ball well. And, you know, he's not a big back, but he will take it 80 at any time. So Jamal Charles.
I'm not going to ask you about any particular team because I don't want to mess with your money. Damn it, whoever's going to take you the highest will facilitate you getting the most money, and I am a proponent of you getting paid. Having said that, from a system perspective, is there a system that you think would be ideal for you on the NFL level?
Yeah, at Florida State, we got in the I formation, we got in the gun. I'm comfortable with it all, but I like being back there 7 yards deep behind the quarterback, you know, getting that inside zone so I can, you know, make plays and, you know, just show my talent off. So, you know, I like being in the I formation. I like being in the gun. We did it all at Florida State.
What about pass catching? What about pass catching responsibilities? How much activity do you want in that regard?
I want a lot. You know, as much as I can touch the ball, as much as I get the ball in my hand and make a play to utilize my talent, I want the ball. You know, split me out wide, get me in the screens. You know, just getting the different matchups.
Next week, it all goes down. We're going to be in Philly. Are you going to make the trip, or are you going to do your thing from home?
No, I'm going to stay home.
All right. Well, best of luck to you. Appreciate you coming by, and we'll certainly be watching.
Thank y'all for having me.
You don't need to be in Philadelphia anyway. You know, people don't appreciate running backs enough in the draft. Chill at home with the family, get some mom home cooking and all of that good stuff. You don't need to be in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
You don't need to.
Got to celebrate with the fam. So First Take has more top prospects coming for a visit. We're going to have Jamal Adams with us tomorrow, Corey Davis Monday, and top inside linebacker Reuben Foster here on Tuesday. So catch the NFL stars of tomorrow right here on First Take. And Colin Kaepernick is possibly the most controversial player in the NFL at the moment. A little later in the show, someone who will join us calls Kaepernick a true patriot. Don't miss that discussion. Charles Barkley unleashing another classic rant, but this time it's directed
the best. I'm talking about First Take. Get your homeboy Ice Cube.
Hey, I'm Mark Wahlberg.
It's Floyd Money Mayweather.
I am Usain Bolt.
This big boy, one half of the mighty Outcast, Adrian Peterson.
McConaughey here.
It's T.I.B. The boss, Ricky Rose.
This is Kevin Hart, a.k.a. Long-Faced Little Body, and right now you're watching my favorite show. I'm talking about First Take, without Stephen A. Smith.
What's up, everybody? Welcome into First Take. Thank you so much for being with us on this Friday Eve. We are just getting started. Molly Qerim here with Stephen A. Smith, Max Kellerman. Stephen A., what are you hot on for hour number 2?
Charles Barkley went absolutely off. Was he talking about me? Did he disrespect me? I'll let you know. Coming up next.
Plus, we have the great Michael Eric Dyson talking Kaepernick, the difference between patriotism and nationalism, and saying Kobe is the GOAT over MJ? Come on, Michael Eric Dyson. Come on, Professor. First Take, second hour right now.
4 takes, that's true. 3 takes, not me. 2 takes if you lucky. First take, got me.
No surprise here. Those Warriors crushing the Trailblazers 110-81 last night without Kevin Durant. Golden State heads to Portland up 2-0. Durant sat out because he's dealing with a calf strain. Stephen A., do you think he should just sit the rest of the series?
Why not? You're going up against Portland. All they have is Lillard and McCollum, who, by the way, shot, 9 for 34 last night. These are adjustments made by Steve Kerr, displaying his greatness as a coach, making sure that these guys that literally lit him up in Game 1 were not going to have a repeat performance in Game 2. But if I'm the Golden State Warriors and the objective is a championship, not a 73-win regular season where everybody got to play practically every game or like that. You just won 67 games for the second time in 3 years, and oh, by the way, the other year you won 73 games. This is what's going on in Golden State. So if you know that the goal is a championship, why sit out there and use Kevin Durant unnecessarily? It is not necessary to use him against the Portland Trailblazers. And before I go in, listen, we ain't talking about Lillard. Lillard is a stud. I love him. C.J. McCollum, the brother can ball. I love him. Let's go down the list, Max Kellerman, of the other dudes on this roster. Marquise Harkless, Evan Turner, he's been around a while, Noah Vonleh, what is that how you pronounce it? I've never heard of him.
Yes,
okay. Al-Farouk Aminu, yeah, I've heard of him. Alan Crabb, Shabazz Napier. I mean, they're decent. Myers Leonard. I mean, they're decent dudes. They're not scrubs. Don't get me wrong. But Kevin Durant is in another stratosphere. And even without him, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Andre Iguodala, Steph Curry and the crew, another level. It is not necessary to tax Kevin Durant. As far as I'm concerned, he should be on the bench in street clothes. Outside of that, we should make sure he's in the back getting his massages, his pedicures, his manicures, and all that other stuff. He needs to chill and relax because it is absolutely positively unnecessary to have him for this series. Lillard and McCollum are the only dudes to be concerned about at all. Everybody else, God bless them. They belong in the NBA. I wish them nothing but the best, but come on.
So let's get this straight. They should rest Durant because they need to keep their eyes on the prize, and the prize is the championship. Since Durant is on the team.
Because he's hurt.
Right. But in other words, optimize your chances of winning a championship.
Because he's hurt.
Okay.
I see where you're going with your slick stuff. I see where you're going with your slick stuff.
Maybe you do.
No.
Don't.
I know exactly where you're going.
First of all,
you think you're slick. You think you're slick. I know where you're going.
Well, we'll see if I'm slick or not. Without Kevin Durant, you say the Warriors have no shot against the Cavs. I'm saying without Kevin Durant, the Cavs will be a favorite, not a huge favorite if they get to the finals against the Warriors. The Warriors could still beat them even without Durant. By the way, all season I heard Zaza Pachulia, right?
No. Say it right. Jaja,
yeah.
That's his Jaja.
Jaja Pachulia.
The name alone disassociates him. The name alone.
And also JaVale McGee. But you know what? You know what I saw yesterday? I saw those two guys, the bigs on the Golden State team presently. I saw them play better, significantly better than the Golden State bigs. Than the Golden State bigs played in the finals last year. If Golden State would have gotten that level of play from their bigs in the finals last year, they'd have won. The point is,
against who?
I'm saying they would have won, period. They needed play better than what they got out of the stiffs listen, Festus Ezeli was as bad as you could possibly be. Pachulia would have been a huge, the way he played last night, or McGee would have been a huge upgrade over that. The point is this. They're not only loaded in Golden State. The most underrated component of that team is the coaching. When they got rid of Mark Jackson, brought in Steve Kerr, you said, hey, anyone, the best shooting backcourt in the history of the NBA, and there's a tendency to underplay the coaching in Golden State. They're essentially coached up like the Spurs. Golden State's basically San Antonio, but with better talent. Now let's get to Kevin Durant. Why is it...
By the way, I stopped underrating Steve Kerr years ago, but
yes,
go ahead.
No, I know. You say, but you've made the point about Mark Jackson in the backcourt. I know.
Right.
You give Steve Kerr his props. That's true. I am here giving him his props also. The point is this. If you want to optimize your chance of winning in the finals, what's more important, the best thing you could do is have a healthy Kevin Durant, I agree, close to 100%. But what's most important, if he may be some lesser version of himself, which is possible even if you rest him, is continuity with the team. Where Golden State has looked vulnerable is not with or without Durant. It's in the transition when they first got Durant, when he first went down with injury, because it totally changes the distribution of touches. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, suddenly they can't shoot. When he's not there, you think, wait a minute, they're getting more touches. A rhythm shooter, not that they're rhythm shooters, they're pure shooters, but they should shoot even better. But the chemistry, the dynamic has changed without him, and we've seen consistently now, not just last night, but even when Durant first went down, they don't shoot it as well. And then when he comes back, they have to adjust to that again. So yes, while I agree with you, if his leg is bothering him, his calf, whatever, and he can't go, don't play him. But if he's good to go, what's more important is continuity and chemistry with this team than just giving Durant extra rest if he doesn't really need it.
We must take into account his history. He's gotten hurt in the past, came back, then had to go back out with with the foot injury or what have you. You got to consider the facts, Max, that the dude is about 6'10", 6'11", and he makes you look like Lou Ferrigno, for crying out loud, the Hulk, for crying out. He's a slim dude, all right? I mean, to the point that I'm trying to make to him, you got to massage that a little bit there. You understand? He's not Kevin Durant is surreal. He's big time. He's one of the top 2 players on the planet. He dropped 32 and 11, not 100%, and rusty in game 1. Don't tell me he hurts the team because of the transition of him coming back. It takes a while for them to flow. It's against the Portland Trailblazers, man. The key thing for him is to make sure that you can get him as close to 100% as possible. Obviously, sit him out additional time will help in that regard. That's what he needs, because, again, he ain't the thickest, buffed brother in the world.
No, it's not getting him close to 100%. It's getting the team to be the best version that they can possibly be.
Well, he can't do that without him.
By the finals, right? But what version of the team do you want? So if they say, if it comes back and it's like, you know what, the calf really isn't it'd be good to get him an extra day or 2 of rest or a couple of games extra rest, then I'm with you. Then you sit him. But if it comes back, no, he's good to go. I mean, rest always helps, but he's good to go. Then you play.
I don't think you're getting it.
Continuity's more important.
I don't think you're getting it. I am saying to you, Max, I think if he comes back by game 4, he'll still be hurting. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm questioning. I'm questioning the dudes.
Right.
I got questions about his fragility. That's my issue.
You're
I'm saying do whatever you can to make sure that this brother is ready to go where he doesn't have to come out again.
You're saying preventative medicine here. Preventive. You're trying to prevent injury is more important
That's what I'm saying.
than getting the team firing on all cylinders, or you think eventually it'll mean they'll be firing on all cylinders. And I'm saying right now the most important thing is having this team in rhythm as soon as possible.
No.
Not having to constantly adjust to Kevin Durant's absence or presence. If he's good to go,
he's got the Clippers or the Jazz next. What's the matter with you? He's got the Clippers or the Jazz next. I mean, come on. It's not like it's San Antonio or Houston waiting. He's got the next round is the Clippers or the Jazz.
Have no shot against a real team.
Right.
Unfortunately for them, or maybe fortunately for them, that doesn't appear to be the Clippers
Agree
right
to disagree. You guys keeping me on your toes because I both thought you would have taken other sides here. Coming up next, despite his frustrations with the Knicks, Kristaps Porzingis says he wants to stay in New York. But should he want out of Gotham? Find out in quick takes. That's coming up and so much more there. And Charles Barkley blasting the media for his take on the emotion of Isaiah Thomas after his sister's tragic death. You do not want to miss that rant. Coming up next.